Hello guys! It's me, Amber, and welcome to my YouTube channel. As it is my first video here on YouTube, I asked some of my Instagram and TikTok followers to give me some questions that you wanted to be answered about me, about reading, about everything you want to know. It's so cold! I mean, oh my god! I'm sitting here under a blanket and I'm still cold. But I'm going to grab my phone and get to the questions. So the first couple of questions are from my friend Sofa. No, her name is different, but I can't pronounce her name for the life of me. So the first question is, what's your favorite genre? Now, that changes. It changed this year. My favorite genre used to be thrillers, and specifically historical thrillers like Dan Brown. But now my favorite genre is sports romance, and specifically F1 romance. Second question. Do you read the classics? And if so, what's your favorite? You've just exposed me. I've never read a classic. If I were to read a classic, it will probably Pride and Prejudice or another Jane Austen book. But I have never read a classic. What is a new genre you would like to explore? It'll be fantasy. I've been dipping my toes into the romantasy genre. I've just read Parel en Tij, which is a Dutch book. And I have Divine Rivals. It's not full-on fantasy, but I'm dipping my toes into that genre. Turn into a little fantasy girl with all those cute little books and stuff. I'm just now reading the questions, and I need to pick some books from my bookshelf, but I'm not sure which one to grab, because I would recommend every book to anyone. So yeah, I'm going to grab some books real quick. Oh, Danik asked, what do you love to do besides reading? Now, I love to watch sports. I love to watch cycling. I love to watch soccer. I love to watch Formula 1, of course, Formula 1. F1 is one of my favorite sports ever. A couple of years ago, I would have said riding my own bike, but I been involved in a little accident. And now I don't ride my bike anymore. That's what I do besides reading. Scrolling on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram is what I do besides reading. Ooh, Sofa and Nadi both asked, or it's almost the same, what's a book that you would recommend to absolutely everyone, and books you'd recommend to people who want to get into reading. Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood. It's one of those basic books that you see on social media. You see it everywhere. I really enjoyed it. It was one of the first popular books that I read. It was the first book that I annotated. I enjoyed it. Was it the best book I've ever read? No. Was it a book that I really enjoyed and got me further into reading? Yes, it was. So that's why I would recommend it. Is this one of the books that made me love fake dating? Also, yes. So that would be the book I'd recommend to someone who wants to get into reading. Oh, and for the book that I would recommend absolutely everyone, would not be a specific book, but the books by Lauren Asher. The books are amazing. I love them. The Dirty Ass series made me fall in love with reading again. I always loved reading, but there was a phase where I didn't read normal published books, but only the Wattpad fan fiction books, stories and stuff. And the Dirty Ass series made me switch from Wattpad to physical books. And now I have a bookshelf, which is full of books I haven't read yet. Thanks, Lauren Asher. While we're at it with our F1 romance books, I've seen a couple of questions about what's your favorite F1 romance? I've seen this question a couple of times. On TikTok, on Instagram, I'm known as your F1 romance auntie, because I try to read all the F1 romances that there are. Give you all the ins and outs about if you should read it. And I have two books that are my favorite F1 romances. One is Speech Rap by Ray Aiden. I think that's the old cover because she is changing the covers of her books. It's an F1 romance with a serial unaliver. It has some trigger warnings, but oh my god, it was so good. I loved it. Then, the second book. So my love for reading came through this book. It's Redeemed by Lauren Asher. Again, Lauren Asher, I love her. This is a story of Chloe and Santi from the Dirty Ass series. It's book 4. I read it at the first one. It was the first book I read in the series. It's fake dating. It's grumpy sunshine. I love it. I should really reread it, but also because it was the first book that got me back into reading it and my first 5-star read. I'm scared that it will disappoint me to read it again, but yeah, maybe someday I will read this again. Amber asks, which popular book doesn't speak to you and do you not want to read? That's a difficult one because I have FOMO. I want to read everything that's very popular. Maybe A Little Life, because I already seen the play and that was disturbing. I already know how it's going to go. So why would I read 750 pages of a book that I already know the storyline of? Nicole asked, what's your RG? And I think that stands for reading goal. Now, my reading goal was 50 books this year. I've only started using Goodreads and reading goals in May. And right now I'm at 56, I think, or 55. So since May, I've already read 56 books. That scares me because next year it's going to be the first full year that I will use Goodreads. And it's a bit intimidating because I've already read a lot of books. But yeah, my reading goal was 50. I'm already surpassed it. Bookish Wandering said, what are your favorite tropes? My favorite tropes are fake dating. By far, I love fake dating. Oh, I'm such a sucker for fake dating. I also love grumpy sunshine. A bit of enemies to lovers. Or brother's best friend, best friend's brother. Also very good. Fake dating is my absolute favorite trope ever. Ether Maze has a very good question, which is, how do you manage your reading time? I'm a night person, I'm an evening person. I read only in the evening, and I often go live on TikTok to do reading sprints, which consists of 20 minutes of reading and 10 minutes of talking with other people. And sometimes I just go on and read for an hour. I am a really fast reader. Mostly when I get home after work, I eat immediately, and then around 8, 9-ish, I start reading for just 1 hour or just a couple of sprints of 20 minutes. And then, yeah, I go to bed. Sometimes when I'm in bed, I read a ebook. I read my books on my phone. I'm still saving up for a Kindle. I don't have it yet. So yeah, then I'm in my bed with my phone reading. Oh, I have another really good question by Library Made of Stardust. What made you start Booksta/BookTok/BookTube? I already had a TikTok account based on perfume. I work in perfume. I own a lot of bottles of perfume, and I used to read a lot of historical thrillers, and I was always mad because, oh my god, why don't I see this on social media? Why are all the people my age reading those boring, smutty books? Oh. And then I got into the Dirty Ass series, and I made one video on my TikTok account, my fragrance account. And I've never posted a video on that account since, because I just switched to BookTok, switched to Bookstagram, switched to BookTube. Why? Because I finally found out that, oh my god, those books aren't bad. They are so good. I love them. Yeah, that's how I started making book related content. Also, because I watch a lot of Sarah Caroli, Haley Pham, Sophie Jane, all those famous booktubers. I absolutely love them. Thank you for watching my very first video here on YouTube. If you've enjoyed it, I would love for you to like, comment, subscribe, all the things down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!